We're Zach and Allie, and we've been... Wait a minute. Maybe we should go back to the beginning. In 2017, we moved out of our apartment, bought this van, converted it into this little home, and traveled South Florida. Then we got our little girl, and we realized van life was actually a thing people did full time. So after a year of calling this big guy home, we sold him, traded in my SUV, and bought our very own cargo van to convert. A few months later, we moved in, and we've been traveling in her ever since. But now, it's time for some renovations. Today, we install our diesel heater. Okay, y'all, today's the day we install this bad boy right here. When it's cold, we have to use heaters like propane and electric to heat up our van, but this guy's awfully big and requires a lot of shore power. And the propane heaters, well, they require a lot of propane. This diesel heater is gonna be a game changer for us. It's gonna allow us to heat our van and go off grid for extended periods of time in cold weather.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I do know that we need to take the chair out.
While Allie cleans up, I wanted to take a second to talk about our heater. We bought it off Amazon. You can find the product link in the description. Our heater came with all of the necessary parts and hardware for installation.
I thought you said we didn't have to cut any hole.
We did.
No, you didn't. You said we didn't have to cut holes. Well, like when I watched somebody do it, they had to cut this entire, not this entire thing, they had to cut like...
Big hole.
Yeah. Why are you tearing up boxes?
I'm gonna lay on it, lay under the van.
What are you gonna do?
Lay under the van and see where I'm gonna drill through to.
Okay.
Make sure I'm not drilling into the fuel tank. Offset this, I think. To the side.
Yeah, that way it's closer to us.
I'm using this metal piece that came with the heater as a template for drilling our holes. It's going to be 2 holes, and then this piece goes down, and then this piece sits on top. Alright guys, so we got to drill some holes into the floorboard, so that way our intake and exhaust can go through there. So this part makes me a little nervous. This kit that came with this diesel heater, the instructions are pretty much of no use. It's all in like broken English, so we're just trying to figure it out as we go. This plate is going to get bolted to the floor, and then this will get bolted to the plate. So now I need to drill some holes. came with one bulb. Like 10 of these things. We had to cut out a little bit more of the floor than we wanted to, but now it should sit nice and flush. The only thing we need to do is make sure that we throw this wire through this hole before we mount everything up. And this is for the fuel pump. Alright, I'm going to go bolt it up. Yeah. It's gonna come out right there though, is that alright?
The exhaust?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't care.
We got the heater bolted down to the floor and the exhaust and intake and the wires run underneath the van now. So we're gonna put back the seat and then do the rest of it.
Good idea. Gotta figure out where to mount this intake at. I would like to have it right here. Might do it right here. Oh man. Let's see that fuel pump real quick. Hey baby?
Yeah.
Is there another drill bit on that table, a smaller one? So the heater is actually underneath the passenger seat on this side of the van. And we're running the line over to the driver's side where we're going to put in a fuel tank and have a fill neck go up to right underneath where we fill the gasoline up at. So it'll make it a lot more convenient. Be a little more tricky, but we'll figure it out when we get there. Everybody says this green hose is really not what you want to use, but we're going to use it for now. Alright, there's that.
While Zach is finishing up installing a little bit of the heater, I am gonna take Marley for a little walk, and I think I'm also going to start some dinner. I think tonight we're gonna do corn and burgers on the grill. Something simple because it's been kind of an irritating day. We have no idea what we're doing with the heater, and the parts never really came with anything that explained like what they actually did. So it's been kind of a tough one. but I think he's getting it figured out. And this is what is left.
So this is for if you have it underneath your bed or something like that, you need to run ductwork to where the hot air blows out. You can use this setup. We have this, which is for the fuel tank, whatever one we decide to use. And fuel fill. And that should be it.
Well, we got the heater installed, the fuel lines ran, the intake and the exhaust set up. All that's left is to set up the fuel tank and run the wires to the battery, and we'll be good to go. But for now, I'm gonna hand it over to Allie. She's gonna make some dinner, and I'm gonna go have a beer. So after a halfway successful day of putting in the diesel heater, we're ready to settle down and take a break and eat some dinner. See you next Saturday.